Okay, good evening students. Today I am going to discuss about the one more important cell organelle that is called mitochondria. Before we are going to discuss about this mitochondria, we need some important information about this mitochondria. So, who discovered this mitochondria? Who discovered this mitochondria means Altman, Richard Altman. Richard Altman. The scientist name was Richard Altman in the year 1890. In the year 1890. Then during this time he is not given name as a mitochondria. The cell organelle is not at all given this name mitochondria. So during that period he called this organelle as a bioblasts. Bioblasts. Remember. So when the mitochondria is discovered by the Richard Altman, on that time he given name to this cell organelle. That name is called what? Bioblasts. After some of the other scientists, they are also research on the cell. One scientist, he given the name mitochondria for this cell organelle. So, who given the name mitochondria? Mitochondria name is given by Carl Benda. The scientist name was Carl Benda in the year 1898. Okay, na? So, discovery of mitochondria by Richard Altman, and this name is given by the Carl Benda. Okay, now coming to the topic, how the mitochondria is forms in the inside of this cell or cytoplasm. See, now I am going to draw the diagram. Commonly, mitochondria, it have a special functions in the cell. They have some special characters. See how they are look like. First, I will draw the cell diagram. See, for suppose this is one cell. So inside of the cell, this is called what? Cell. Either plant cell or animal cell, any one cell. In inside of the cell consists of cytoplasm. Already you know very well, this and all what? Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. And inside of the cytoplasm or in the cytoplasm, it consists of one double membrane structure. See how they are arranged in the cell. See, one double membrane structure. So this is the inner membrane, and among the inner membrane, one more membrane is also present here. This is the outer membrane. So I will draw a big diagram of mitochondria for the understanding purpose. Not this much of mitochondria not present in the cell. It is too small, but we are going to explaining about each and every part of the mitochondria. I will draw this diagram. Okay. See here. This is a double membrane structure. So mitochondria is which type of cell organelle? Double membrane structure. So what are the double membranes? See, the outermost membrane of the mitochondria is called outer membrane. Outer membrane or outer compartment. Like that, the innermost membrane of the mitochondria is called inner membrane. So mitochondria is a double membrane structure. It consists of two compartments. One is outer compartment and inner compartment. The outer compartment, they have no any folds. See here, it is a flat membrane. It is look like a flat. They have no any foldings. But when we are observe the inner membrane, it has so many folds here. So in these folds of the mitochondria is called cristae. For suppose the portion of the fold, this is one fold. So this fold is called cristae. Then inside of the cristae, some space is present here. This space is also filled with fluid. See, some of the fluid is filled within this area fully. Like this. This fluid is called matrix. Okay. Double membrane structure, outer membrane, inner membrane. Inner membrane have so many folds. Each fold is called what? Cristae. Inside of the cristae, that means inside of the inner membrane, here one fluid is present. That fluid is called what? Matrix. Then the space between the inner membrane, outer membrane. See here some space is there, no? So this is inner membrane and this is outer membrane. In between this space is called intermembrane space. Intermembrane space. So these are the major parts of the mitochondria. Now coming to the functions, some other important parts are also present in the mitochondria. Okay, first what is the main function of mitochondria here? Mitochondria. Before that, it is also called as one name. What is the name? Powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse of the cell. Why it is called powerhouse of the cell means the mitochondria, it prepare the energy. Such energy is given to the all cell organelles in the cell. For that reason it is called powerhouse of the cell. Okay, what is the main function of this powerhouse of the cell means? See, it participate in one important process. What is the process? Cellular respiration. What is the name of that process? Cellular respiration. So during the cellular respiration, what kind of activities takes place in this process means the glucose is converted into ATP. What kind of process here? Glucose is converted into ATP. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. It is a one energy molecule. It is one energy molecule. So how the mitochondria it prepare energy or ATP? What kind of arrangements are helpful in this? See here, when we observe the inside of the inner membrane and outside of the inner membrane also important. See here, this outside of the inner membrane, it is filled with one fluid here also fully in all sides. Commonly outside of the cell organelle, it is filled with fluid. What is the name of this fluid? Cytoplasm. Already I wrote here. Okay, na? So this is called cytoplasm. So during the cellular respiration, what will happen here? Here the glucose is break down into two molecules of pyruvate. See here glucose. The glucose is converted into pyruvate. Glucose having 6 carbons. Each pyruvate having 3 molecules. So total 2 pyruvates. Here 2 number of pyruvate. Remember. So one glucose molecule it break down into 2 molecules of pyruvate. Each pyruvate having 3 carbon atoms. Okay, during this function some amount of energy is released here, that is called ATP. Here also some energy is also released here, that is called what? ATP. Then once the glucose is converted into pyruvate, this process is called glycolysis. Glycolysis means glyco means carbohydrate or glucose, and lysis means breakdown. Okay, when the breakdown of the carbons, they are giving some energy. Commonly glucose having how many carbon atoms? 6 carbons. C6H12O6. See here 6 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each carbon is breaks into like this. This is breaks. One carbon it will be breaks and it forms into carbon dioxide. Then in between the bond, these bonds will help to give energy. So after completion of the cellular respiration, energy will be released. At the same time carbon dioxide is also released. How the carbon dioxide? Each carbon is converted into carbon dioxide in the cellular respiration. At the same time, when the bondings will break, that time that bonds will help to form the energy or ATP in the final, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, that and all glycolysis. They have so many reactions, nearly 10 types of reactions occurs. A complete glycolysis process need 10 reactions. That and all we will discuss in that particular chapter, respiration. Okay, coming to the point. After completion of glycolysis, here pyruvate will form. Then this pyruvate is enters into the matrix of mitochondria. For suppose this is pyruvate. This is called what? Pyruvate. Then this pyruvate enters into the matrix of the mitochondria. Then it participates in one important cycle. What is the name of the cycle means? Here Krebs cycle. So this cycle name is called what? Krebs. So the pyruvate which is enters into the Krebs cycle. Here also each carbon is released into a carbon dioxide here, as well as ATP. So ATP also release and carbon dioxide also release, but not more energy is not released in Krebs cycle or glycolysis. But where the more ATPs or more energy is released in the cellular respiration means, see here some molecules are present, some chemical substances are present here in the Krebs cycle. What are they? They are NADH, comma FADH. NADH, comma FADH. Then these NADH and FADH, they are further modified into ATP molecules. That means they are responsible for to formation of ATP in further reactions. Okay, remember one thing. Each NADH it gives 3 ATP molecules. Remember, each NADH molecule, after some reactions, it gives the 3 ATP molecules. Like that, each FADH molecule, it gives 2 ATP molecules. So where they give ATPs means, then the another process after completion of the Krebs cycle, then these chemical substances which are passing into the inner membrane of the mitochondria. See, this is the inner membrane, the NADH and FADH, and also here electrons. See, this and all, they forms as a chain. The electrons, they are forms as a chain in the throughout the inner membrane, like this fully. I will draw some portion of here only. See, then the NADH and FADH2 is transferred to that electrons. Then this kind of chain we are called as a ETC. ETC means electron transport chain. With the help of chemical substances like NADH and FADH, the electrons are transferred from one electron to another electron. During each electron transport, here some ATP molecules are released, like this number of ATPs. And finally, after completion of the electron transport, one glucose molecule, it gives 38 ATP molecules. One glucose, it gives 38 ATP molecules. After completion of the cellular respiration, either glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and also electron transport chain. These 3 stages together we are called as a cellular respiration. After completion of the cellular respiration, each glucose molecule is converted into 38 ATP molecules. See, Then the one more function is also see in this mitochondria. See in the matrix, one important part is also present here, that is called a piece of circular DNA. See, this is a, what is this? Piece of circular DNA. Commonly DNA is present in where? Cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm having nucleus. Inside the nucleus chromosomes are present like this. Inside the chromosome DNA is present. So the DNA is the brain of the cell. But especially in the mitochondria, they have their own DNA. They have their own DNA. For that reason, the mitochondria is also called semi-autonomous cell organelle. Semi-autonomous cell organelle. Okay, what is the important cell? Semi-autonomous means, for suppose it is one mitochondria, and this mitochondria is able to produce the some new mitochondria with the help of circular DNA. So this is the this is the capability of the mitochondria. For that reason, it is a semi-autonomous cell organ. Okay, coming to the point, this circular DNA, already you know, some portion of the circular DNA, it is modified into RNA here. For suppose this is one RNA, a piece of DNA is modified into RNA. This is called what? RNA. Then this RNA, it forms the ribosomes in the matrix of mitochondria. So after this RNA is modified into ribosomes here, like this. See, these are called what? Ribosomes. So which type of ribosomes? So remember, the ribosomes which are present in the mitochondria, such kind of ribosomes are called 70S ribosomes. Remember, that is called which type of ribosomes? 70S. What is the reason? This is actually eukaryotic cell. Why the 70S ribosomes are present in the mitochondria? Before previous class I discussed. This is belongs to the endosymbiotic theory. One small cell, one bigger prokaryotic cell, it eats one small cell. For suppose it is mitochondria, then it enters into the cell. Then the big cell consists of one double membrane structure. For that reason, that cell organelle having 80S ribosome, and inside the small cell having a 70S ribosome. Like that, this is nucleus in the cytoplasm. Here also ribosomes are present. Here also ribosomes are present. So these ribosomes are which type of ribosomes? 80S. Remember, inside of the cytoplasm, the eukaryotic cell having 80S ribosomes, and inside of the mitochondria having 70S ribosomes. Remember that. So this is the information about the mitochondria. Okay students, If you take screenshot now, you will take. Are you clear for this topic? Okay, 1 minute you take screenshot. Okay, student, the remaining one most the similar one of the another semi-autonomous cell organelle is also present in the cell, that is called chloroplast. So in the next class I will discuss about the chloroplast and what are the structures are present, what is the function of chloroplast, that and all I will discuss in the next class. ఓకే, మీకు ఈ వీడియో నచ్చినట్లయితే ఖచ్చితంగా లైక్ చేయండి, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి షేర్ చేయండి. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.